Our target is going to be on the roads, infrastructure, and then, like I said, extension of water, electrification. I mean, helping the market, our women to get modernized market at Dodowa, Doyimu, Kodiabe, a lot of the communities. So these are going to be my focus, helping our market women to get loans, and thank God that our president won. So, I mean, obviously we are going to have the Women's Bank. I mean, that would cushion a lot of the women to have access to loans. So these are some of the
things that you want to do. Yes. If you take a look at some of the main towns like Dodowa, Doyumu, and some of those places, you'll find that when we came for Community Manifesto, the citizens wanted a lot more empowerment. And so how will the creation of the Women's Bank translate into jobs, so to speak, for those who want to trade in that area?
It's going to help a lot because it's something that we've started myself. I brought up Soko, which gave a lot of the women opportunities to have access to loans. So, I mean, someone want to venture into any of the businesses the person wants. If the person, whether a provision shop or the person want to own his own stores or whatever. I mean, giving what matters is that the person gets something to cushion. So, I mean, the loan is going to help. Giving somebody a loan of, I mean, 5,000 can go a long way. So,
to do many things in the constituency. The inherent issues by way of the interactions we had when we came for Community Manifesto. And apart from the women seeking some level of empowerment, there was also the concern that the young people after secondary school were not having the opportunity by way of the help to be able to go to the tertiary level. And so many of them then tend to stay or strayed off into, of course, Accra was always closer. So but then that level of empowerment for the young people was not coming. Was this something that you have identified, and what can be done to improve that?
Yes, I mean, getting young women into entrepreneurship is something that I've already started. Like I said, we've trained a lot of, I mean, over 5,000 youth into seamstresses. I mean, how to make soap. I mean, hairdressing, a lot. So unless the person doesn't come close, and this is advice I'll give to our constituents, I mean, they should come close so that we'll know their problems, we'll know whatever challenges they are facing, so that we can help. I mean, there's a saying that God helps those who help themselves. So if you don't come close, we wouldn't know your challenges. And like I said, those who also want to continue with their education, I mean, we have educational support, which has, I mean, we've helped over 8,000 of our students into the tertiary. So if you approach, I mean, we are available, we'll help. So if you come to us that you want to continue your education, there is a support that we give. If you want to also learn a trade, I mean, there's a support. So they should only come close, and we will help them. That is what I'm
Learning a trade is good.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
No doubt, yeah.
But how do you take it to the next level? So if somebody, you buy a machine for the person, now we have people who go through rudimentary training. Yeah. If it's even if the training is artisanal, you take them to the next level, the Joyce Ababio style, where they can do better designs, there's craftsmanship. So as a member of parliament, do you intend to partner other agencies to be able to do that for these very young people? Oh,
yes. I mean, we've partnered a lot of the agencies. And what we do is that after learning the trade, we don't just leave you, but we give you a capital to start something. And that is what we do. So we don't want to see after learning, I mean, then before you hear, they say the person is in the house because there's no funds to start. I mean, we make sure that after learning the trade, if it's hairdressing, we give you a hair dryer. If it's seamstress, we give you a sewing machines. And sometimes we give industrial sewing machines so that, and then we add a capital to it for you to start. I mean, if possible, we have to even identify a store which we have to run. We've done a lot. So like I said, unless you approach, if it doesn't, we don't just, I mean, force you to go and learn a trade and then that is all. No, we make sure that,
so that
we position you.
You take it to the next level.
Exactly.
Would you say that as members of parliament, you inclusive, there's a certain misunderstanding or perhaps a lack of in-depth education from constituents about what roles you need to play in making laws
yeah.
and then partnering in making sure there's facilitation for development than what the citizens expect of you?
Oh, definitely. There should be much communication to that effect because people don't know the roles of an MP and that of the DC. I mean, yes, the fact that we pass laws doesn't mean that we can't, do any development in the constituency. I mean, we have, because we also have our own share of the common fund, which is 5%. I mean, that can go a long way to help our community develop. But aside that, there should be more of education to tell the people that, issues regarding rules. I had a lot of challenges during the election because people thought I have to work on our rules, which I couldn't. So there should be more of, communication to descend to the people so that they'll know the works, the duties of that of the MP and that of the DC.
Mm. Yeah. If that is the case, then why do you try to also undertake the direct development?
Oh, we do because, when you are going for an election, all that you pray is that you win so that your party also wins. If your party wins, everything is possible. You can also lobby for rules to be constructed in your constituency. Anything at all, any other development project or what have you. So, that is why sometimes you see MPs saying that, you give us the nod and we'll make sure that we work on our rules for you with intention that when you win, your party also wins. And so that will make it easier for you to work on our rules. And now that my party is in power, I thank the entire Ghanaian, for giving us that overwhelming endorsement. I pray that we are going to tackle our roles within the Shai-Osudoku district. And people will have confidence in me that, yes, indeed, my party is in power. Yeah.
All right. So now you are giving them their thing. So they'll ask you, what are the 5 most important goals you want to achieve for the citizens of Shai-Osudoku in the next 4 years?
In the next 4 years, I would say, firstly, like I said, I want to tackle the rules issue within the Shai-Osudoku district, unemployment within the Shai-Osudoku district. Like I said, within my tenure of 8 years in Parliament, I've done quite well. I've employed over 300 youth into the services, and so I still have to do more because we have a lot of the youth who are unemployed. So also unemployment issue I have to tackle. Electrification, extension to a lot of the communities is also another challenge. Water also to a lot of the communities. And then infrastructure, my dear. These are some of the things, 5 things, that I want to tackle within my 4 years.
Overall, 118 women filed, around that number, to contest the election, compete with the men, etc. But the numbers that got into Parliament, including you, if you take the fraction, they don't even get to 1/3. Yeah. As somebody who has been in the House 2 terms, going into your 3rd term from January 7, how would you advocate, generally, that the 2 political parties deal with female representation and the quotas that needed or that are needed to embrace affirmative action, so to speak?
Thank you so much. I would say so far so good, even though we've not gotten to the percentage we want. Comparing the previous parliament, which is the 8th parliament, to this 9th parliament, I'll say we've increased in number, but though, like I said, it's not enough. Women in politics, my dear, is not an easy job. For a woman to venture into democracy, it's not something easy for us. But sometimes I do tell people that if you compare the male and the female MPs in Parliament, obviously the female MPs have performed so well in their constituencies compared to the female MPs. So
the male MPs.
Yes, than the male MPs. So they should give the women the nod and see the difference, what they can do. A woman understands, the challenges better than men. That is what I can say. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes people will file and then later you see them withdrawing because of the things they hear. When you're a woman and you contest, there's a whole lot of names. The people, if you don't have that heart, my dear, you cannot stand it. So, going forward, like I said, we are going to advocate for more women. I mean, without perseverance, my dear, they cannot. But we'll make sure
what
that...
have been, generally, I won't say personal, generally, because you've been in the house, you see what other female colleagues also go through, generally. What are the top 3 things usually that you in mainstream politics tend to encounter in the present day?
In the present, in fact, resources is...
The resources.
Yes, resources.
But they say you go and lobby, or sometimes because you're a woman alone, it's a turn-off for the the supporter.
Oh no, I wouldn't say. We have good people that when you lobby, I mean, through their good deeds, they help. I mean, and I'll acknowledge the fact that, I mean, there are. I had a lot of the male gurus that supported me so well. So, like I said, for financing the
your activities,
activities is a major, and then the insults that goes through.
They insult you.
They insult a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, they say, because sometimes even me, I mean, I did a lot of projects in the, because they said because I slept with all the MPs, and that was how come I had the chance. I mean, a whole lot of names, my dear. So
stigmatization.
That is it. So I mean, if you are not confident enough, you cannot take it.
So I asked this question because you all have your own values, your strengths when you do the sports.
Sure.
So if you have to do the advocacy to make sure that the parties tend to embrace that gender affirmative action, so to speak, how would you want that to be done? That they deliberately create quota systems,
exactly,
or they don't tend to file male candidates, and then there's not that prejudice, stigma against you? How do you think that should be done?
I would think that if they said we want to embrace the affirmative action, then places where female contest, there shouldn't be a male. They should just solely leave it for the women to contest. I mean, that's it. I mean, if you bring a male, I mean, the possibility that... And my dear, elections, people are easily convinced with whatever you say. So, I mean, sometimes people will say things, you have to go back and then recycle the minds of the people. So they should leave that quota for the women. They should let people know that this seat, I mean, is for the females. So we only allow the female MPs and female candidates to contest, and that will help. That is what I would suggest. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. Are you on social media?
Oh yes, I'm on social media.
Are you very strong there?
I'm not a social media type, but yes, I do come because everything now is about technology
and social media. Yeah. Wish all the best for the next 4 years. You'll be sworn into office at midnight.
Sure.
Okay.
The 7th.
Everybody calls you honorable, right?
Yes.
Honorable.
Yeah.
Honorable Professor Linda Obinewa Akwele Ocloo. Member of Parliament for Shai-Osudoku, again re-elected on the ticket of the NDC as well. We went to her constituency, Shai-Osudoku, to undertake great community manifesto. There was a lot of shouting. She was also very strong in there. I was just reminding her about it. But we'll have an upload of this interaction on TV3 Ghana, as well as across our social media platforms. But just in case you want to get interactive as well, you can. We have Cash Out. It goes with a short code star 439#. We're reminding you about the 3FM All-White Party going to take place next week. And all you need to do is to make sure that you call the numbers on the screens, on the poster, and you get to call. We're going to have some great musicians who will be headlining this edition that is going to take place at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. And make sure that you join us right there. So we're going to have Kiddy, we have Stoneboy, we're going to have Keche Samini. I particularly love No Pressure. It's the latest song that he used for the period. And the platinum going for 12,000 Ghana cedis being the table, where you're going to have a number of drinks as well as other values that will be added to it. It's also available on the flyer. 10,000 Ghana cedis for the diamond. And again, they have 7,000 Ghana cedis, 3,000 Ghana cedis for the bronze, and then for silver, they have 5,500 Ghana cedis. But for individuals also, you can come and be part of this, have some great time. and enjoy yourself. Myself and Johnny Hughes, Cookie, the rest of the team will be right there as well, jamming with you on that day. Well, we're going to have an interaction with Medical already in the studios. I think I saw a story already about them, but I'm sure Cookie will ask that question for me. We're taking a break. Medical in the house, interacting with Cookie T, back from Tamale after the elections.